Imagine you have discovered fire. This is a story for the days of the returning light. Imagine you live in a place where it was once warm and the days were long, but as time has passed you've noticed the days shortening. The sun rises later and sets sooner. It gets colder and colder. You have some protection from clothes you've made and a shelter, but still it is a biting cold. You live near woodland and have used the wood there to make the shelter and the skins of the animals to protect your body. One night a huge storm comes in and obscures the moon and the stars and begins to rain down on the earth. You hear a rumble and it sounds like something is moving up in the heavens. You have seen storms before, but this is by far the biggest. You look out into the dark, and on the horizon there are great flashes of light. Some are white, like the stars or moon, and others flash pink or purple. A rumble always follows the flash of light. What could be up there making these noises and creating this storm? By the sounds of it, it is something huge. As the flashes get closer, so the rumbling comes sooner and sooner after the flash. You watch as a light hits a tree in the nearby forest. From this comes another light. The whole tree seems to be consumed by it, and soon the tree is no more. You wonder if whatever is causing the storm has decided that it does not like this tree. Soon the light that consumed the tree is spreading, and the whole forest is alight. It is so strong that you can feel a warmth from the light reach your camp. Although you are concerned, the warmth is welcoming. Once it has lessened a bit, and the storm has subsided, you decide to approach the light and see what it is. At the edge you can see that it has turned sticks, branches and trees into a dark black shadow of themselves. There is a kind of floating soft white material that has spread everywhere. You see in some of the leaves this warm light spread along them, like a strange creature that moves erratically. It sparks around and jumps from leaf to leaf. The stones and rocks do not seem to have been much harmed by the light. You get a stick to pick up some of the leaves which are covered in the light. You feel the warmth. They burn out quickly and are gone. The light seems to have vanished. You go to a branch still covered in the light and carefully remove it from the tree. You grab some leaves and return to your camp with them. You carefully arrange the leaves and put the branch on top. They catch the light quickly and it feels very warm for a moment, and you must stand back. Now you gather other branches for it to catch to. You worry your camp will be consumed by the light. You go to fetch the rocks which survive the power of the light. You put them around the branches in the hope that they will stop it jumping to your camp. You feel the rock has also taken some of the warmth of the light, so you wonder if they'll help keep you warm too. Now you are much warmer, more comfortable. It seems to you, as you reflect, whatever it was that caused this storm has given you a gift. You hope you can keep the light going always, and it will require a lot of attention and work to ensure it won't go out. You can't rely on a storm returning and doing the same every time you want the light. For now, this is a gift purely from the heavens that you have received and will make the best use of you can. You worry slightly that you have taken something that was not yours to take, and hope that this strange power does not turn on you and destroy everything you have, or consume you. You tend the fire for as long as you can, waking in the night to keep it going with branches and twigs you've collected. Once it went down to the smallest light, but you managed to bring it back. As time passes and the seasons change, the sun begins to return earlier and it warms again. You let the fire go out, as now it's too hot to work on all the time, but you regret this somewhat. You wonder if there is a way of making the sticks hot again. You find eventually, almost by accident, that simply rubbing the sticks together makes them warm, just as you get warm when you work. With enough perseverance, you may find that you can make the sticks hot enough to spark and create the fire again. Now you really wonder if you've stolen this gift from the storm, but its benefit is so great you do it nonetheless. In a way, you're tricking the natural changes of the day and the night and the seasons, and making your own day, your own small summer that can overcome the harshness of nature. When the world is cold and dark and the elements are harsh, it seems that all humans wish to alleviate this. What would you make of seeing fire for the first time? How could you understand this strange and fierce solution to your problems? For some, it is a gift from a god and a secret stolen to alleviate mankind's pain. For others, it is an image of a god itself. When applying this to the Christian story, where do we see fire? Moses spoke to God as a burning bush, and God resided on a mountain, perhaps volcanic, and brought with him storms, perhaps lightning. In other places, God is talked of as a true light beyond all the lights of the world. What would light mean to someone whose knowledge of it was through fire, the sun and the moon and stars? What does it mean to us that God would put light into the world? Is it any wonder, then, that all over the world, festivals celebrate fire in some way when it is at its coldest and darkest? The ability to create a small image of the sun in our own homes can seem like a miraculous thing, and it is only by some amount of chance that we gain this ability in the first place. To carry a light in the dark keeps us safe from what may be hiding in it. It lets us work when we would be resting. It prolongs the comfort of the day into the night for us. But fire is also harmful to us. It is not totally in our control, and only a small amount of distraction can lead to fire taking control and spreading by its own means. It can act as a judge on our inability to keep attention and on our limited abilities to control things that are outside of our bodies. It can come like a spark from the heavens to bring light to bear on all our activities and consume us if we're found wanting. In our own world of instantaneous light and perpetual illumination, it is easy to forget the importance of fire and its capricious nature, but it only takes a small power cut to remind us that our more convoluted systems of utilizing the power of fire can fail, and we may find ourselves wishing for its relative simplicity. Thanks for watching.